want to see Ask Dan give out another freebie, don't you?
Okay, but this is the last time, and you're gonna see why. A seriously out-of-touch dork writes, Dear Dan, please give me all the codes ever made for every game there ever was, and bring them all to my house as I'm grounded. P.S. Your email. That's from Game Boy Bob. Well, Bob, just to spite you, Dan's going to give everyone else but you this insider tip for Mario Golf. It teaches all players, except Bob, how to access a hidden character. To earn the right to play as Metal Mario, players must win a birdie by course in tournament mode. Now there's a little incentive for you. Okay, that's really all. No more tips. Especially not until Bob learns to use.
Let's find retro with Ivan and Lily.
Alright guys, it's time.
Well overdue.
People been asking about it.
And it's finally here.
The tour of the
Game Room 2026.
Let's go. Alright, let's get into it.
Let's get into it, guys.
Main wall.
Main wall. So this is the main attraction. Our 86-inch TV that we use for gaming. This is all the gaming that we do that's, you know, up to date. The HDMI cords that you need. So we got the Ghost Edition PS5 down here. I know y'all seen that in my other video whenever I go and trade in over to GameStop. We got the Switch 2s chilling down here. Obviously the Nintendo sign. And of course, Mama's favorite over there.
The Xbox Series X. Mine.
Oh yeah. So this is where we get, you know, the modern day gaming going on. Which ain't nothing wrong with that. But of course, you see the retro couple in the background. The best couple of YouTube.
Let's find retro.
I know that's right. So we do appreciate you guys following, liking, and sharing. Go ahead and hit that like while we're right here. I know it's the beginning of the video, but you're not doing nothing. You're watching us. Enjoy it. If you want more content like this, and you want to see the game room some more,
we need your support.
That's right. So let's go ahead and go to the corner of this wall, my favorite area of the room, because I do really enjoy the PS5. I fell in love with it. I've been in love with it for a while now, guys, and I really started collecting a lot of the new different collection variants of these controllers, the DualSense. I think I only have two at the moment that are actually open, which is this Portal and this one right here. As you can see, there's a little bit of tear, but everything else, guys, is brand new CIB, complete in the box. Guys, some of the best unique controllers ever, and I know I'm missing still a lot of them. Look at Deadpool just chilling there. This is a gift from Patty. I know that's in one of those other videos. All the original ones. I think hands down, guys, one I do not like, and I might disagree with some other people, is this teal looking color one. It's just so weird.
It's too loud.
It's too loud of a color. But hey, you got to collect them. If you're collecting them, you got to get them all. And I do forgive them a little bit because they did come out with a Fortnite edition. I wish it would have been like some exotic purple or something like that, right, for Fortnite. But hey, they made it up with this guy right here. I really, really enjoy this colorway. I think it's a Walmart exclusive. Really cool. I love it. Love it that I have it in my collection. Guys, I just go crazy when I come and see these controllers. What crazy part is, today Retro Rick actually had a live whatnot, and I was trying so hard, guys, to pick up the LeBron James one, and ended up not getting it. Something with my credit card thing was acting up. Sucks, but I missed out on that one. But guys, overall, cool little collection of those. If you guys have anything y'all want to donate, go ahead and send it this way. Or y'all want to sell it to me, hit me up right here in the comments. I do have one of the Street Sharks up here that we picked up, I think, about a year ago. We got this in a game exchange. I thought he was just pretty cool looking.
These are like DC Comics or something.
Yeah, something like down that road. I do love the Spider-Man, the PlayStation games. I think that's really cool on my end. I love Venom. I love, you know, the figures. This is another one that we picked up recently about a month ago during the yard sale. The little tongue moves around. I think y'all seen Mom wearing that in the video or not. Cool story about this Spider-Man is we were out in Terrell, Texas at one time, and this guy was just chilling in the trash can, guys. I mean, just thrown on the side of the curb. I had to pick him up. It was an experience with me, my daughter, and my son actually seen him, and we picked him up and brought him home. So he's now in our collection, obviously. But just overall, look at this, guys. This guy's been in our collection way before we even started collecting, right?
Yes, that was a birthday gift to our son. Probably whenever he was like 3 years old or so. He did get two of them. There's another one down here. This one he actually played with a lot. The back of his head, like the hat part, is broken, but he's still beautiful sitting up there. Obviously our Panasonic that we had picked up recently, this year. That was
No,
that ended our year last year.
Yeah, that was literally on the 31st of January.
Yes.
I'm sorry, not January, December when we picked them up. And then recently, guys, we've just been coming across these what do they call them?
Plug and play.
Plug and plays, yes.
Those are pretty cool.
I don't really
console.
collect them, but I think realistically, this one and the Spider-Man one, we ended up getting in 2 collections. Now we have a Dora Explorer and this one that we've picked up at the Goodwills. And if it is collecting and if it is gaming, that yes, we're going to pick these things up, guys. But overall, this is kind of the spread of this face of the room. Obviously, we have our controllers, our mats. These are what we use on a daily basis whenever we do want to play a little bit of game. And of course, guys, God comes first in our life. So you know he had to be a part of in the center of our room. A couple little mats that we have picked it up at Five Below. This is actually pretty cool. It's a 90s little, I think this is from like the old dollar stores where you would go and get like a little watch calculator and the old Tetris game in there. I thought that was pretty cool. We found that at Goodwill. We picked that up.
It was sealed.
It was sealed, yeah. So why not pick it up? You could tell it's all vintage. I think they're going like for $35 online. So that was a cool little pickup. Obviously, these are 2 new pickups that I don't know if we've posted videos on these yet, but I know that this is one of the new CRTVs that we ended up picking up. I have worked on it. I still have to do some work on it. This one we got actually working, and this one does work. And let me go ahead and move this out of the way so Mom can show you a little bit on that end over there.
So I know that we have our NES over here. That's over there too. But we have a small little collection over here. Nothing too major that we have. We do have our consoles up on top that are CIB. We've got 2 different variants that are pretty minty, I think. Matching serial number, all the things. We've got a top loader over here on this side.
Don't forget the Junior.
We've got the Junior. Some cool little things in here that I feel like really stand out whenever I look at the area.
And it's crazy because she really wanted this one, guys. That's the cleaner right there. That's actually for the Super Nintendo. You put that rubbing alcohol and all that. This is, before people knew that, hey, let's get rubbing alcohol to clean up the teething on the games and stuff like that. So it's a cool little knickknack. She just likes the retro coloring, the pink, the color eye, brightness. Obviously being inside the case and all that. But I think going back to, look at this guy. Look how short he looks and everything. The stubby. Yeah, you got to get a little close up. I think it's really funny. But going back to the NES real quick, I do want to mention that this is not a console that I had growing up. And so for me to play this, I remember going over to my cousin's house and playing over at their house. It was me knowing about you would have to shove the game in there, move it in there and jiggle it. I know you guys know that trick. You put it in there, jiggle it a little bit. So, and then obviously the whole blowing situation. So NES is not really in my era, I would say. Obviously we know that this is from the 80s. But I do remember having the time to sit there and play the console. Really enjoyed it. The Super Mario 3, hands down the best NES game ever made. I know a lot of people love the Zelda. So we do have some pretty hard bangers in here. We do got a couple of CIB stuff, nothing, dramatic or anything like that. But we do have those, and we're excited to have those in the collection. This one, going back, I'm sorry, we're kind of ranting going backwards, but I do love this challenge set. This was actually a cool find for me and my son. We went together and picked that one up. Obviously, the Game Boy, hands down, one of the coolest things ever. I love the retro box on this, guys. Let's just look at the cover art. This thing is complete. Matching serial number. I'm not going to open it right now to prove it to you guys. You want to prove it, you can add and like and share, and we could do a video on it if you want to follow along. Just saying.
Game Boy was actually a handheld that I played a lot of as a young girl. I played Zelda. I played the Link games a lot. Nintendo 64, I played a lot on that one as well. But back to the Game Boy, we do have a small, good collection. We've got some Pokemon that I do remember playing being a young girl as well. We have one over there to the side. We've got the red. There's some games there that I've probably never thought was even on there, but they're fun. Part of bundles or stuff that we've picked up that we feel like we just gotta have. The Pocket, the Game Boy Colors down here. My husband actually had the fuchsia one that I know that he's got some good fond memories of. We actually picked up those go-karts at a local what is it, like a
vintage antique gaming.
like a show.
Yeah,
that
it's a little
was
convention
happening.
that
A convention.
happened.
There we go.
Little convention. It's called the Dallas Convention. Hold on, let me go grab that flyer.
But I mean, who doesn't want a little Yoshi? I think it's like Japan.
Mario Kart.
From
the Super
Super
Nintendo.
Cool.
Yeah, here it is, guys. I know we're not sponsored or anything, but the North Dallas, Texas Toy Show, and they always do it at the same convention here in Allen. So yeah, that's where we picked up those guys, which we need to go back and see if we can find the rest of them. They're supposed to be getting some more.
Yeah, he told us that he would put some to the side for us. And then moving on to the SNES, we've got some over here that we picked up with like a third-party shell casing. I just thought it was super cool to have like a hard casing. We picked up a few of those. But take a look what we got there. We've got the fighter stick in box. We've got some good games. Donkey Kong is one of those. Donkey Kong Country, actually, here on top is probably something that we played recently.
Hold on, let me butt in real quick. I just want to share stories about this one real quick, guys, because again, going back to the NES, the Super Nintendo, I actually did not own one. I didn't have one growing up, but I did, and I was privileged enough to play these because my cousins had it. But I never forget the fact that just watching this game and seeing the gameplay of it, and I say that because I didn't get to play it a whole lot, only whenever I would go over there and visit. Oh, Donkey Kong's over here just disturbing the camera, huh?
Sorry.
But yeah, this is memories to me because my aunt Sonia, she would always help us beat certain levels that we could not beat. And it's crazy because that's when I would sit down and see an aunt, someone older than us, playing these games with us and enjoying it. And I remember her beating the railroad, the Dark Railroad. That was a tricky one for us when we were kids. The Bumblebee and the Beaver that you're trying to beat the bosses, right? And it's just, to me, it's just those memories that I always treasure in my heart. And I'm able to, speak on and bring these conversations up to my kids. And just, like, me and my wife literally sat there and played on the Super Nintendo Mini, because this game's on there. And we were able to try to beat them, but guys, we had no chance. Obviously, you can see that we have the NES Classic Edition up there too, the Super Set. These are things that is awesome. It's like how they say all the time, guys. When you grow up, you have adult money. So guess what, guys? We have adult money now. We get to have all the things that we couldn't have as kids. But we do get to experience it now. We get to enjoy the games. We get to talk about the stories. And then even better than all that, we get to create new stories with our kids and then pass it down as generations as they go. And that's the beauty of collecting.
Yeah.
So, I mean, hands down, just something so amazing. So let's keep on moving.
So I know I like things like this. I like the bag. I feel like that is so cool. We got that pretty minty. The little knickknacks are going to be seen throughout. That's stuff that I love. The Bowser, the Marios. I've got a little bit of Pokemon thrown in there. My daughter made those little Lego pieces. I love the little knickknacks. This right here, my Pikachu, we actually picked that one up in Mexico. I'll pull it out.
Let's grab this.
We picked this up in Mexico. My husband actually had to take this apart and fix some things on it because it was in a fire or something, as you can see here. And it had some water damage as well, so I don't know if that was something that it caught on fire and they threw water on it, so it's kind of a
catch-22, I guess.
Catch-22. But we do have this one in the collection. The lights, everything he fixed. I think he put a new motherboard or something in there.
The matching controller.
We have the controller there as well.
Kind of just set up a little Lego theme Pokemon area for it. Obviously, we have the cabinet here. We have no games in it because we do play our games on the shelf. But just overall, guys, we really enjoy the Nintendo era. We love Nintendo. We love Nintendo. Like, hands down. Like, I can sit here and ram about stuff about Nintendo so much. And we're getting to that closer. And we'll explain a little bit more about the Nintendo. But it goes back to, like, again, going into the... Now, as you can see on the next shelf, we have the Game Boy Advance. I personally didn't have a Game Boy Advance growing up, guys. This is a small little collection. Obviously, we got a CIB brand new, Finding Nemo. You can't beat it. You find it for $5, you're gonna pick it up, right?
Again, this was nothing that either one of us actually played as young kids or anything, but since we do have it in the collection, our kids actually do
enjoy it a lot.
Enjoy this. They pick it up, they'll put a game in, and they can be on there for a few hours.
Yep. And then obviously you guys know that I just picked up the Nano recently. That's a cool little find. I didn't even know about these things. I came across it. It was a heck of a deal. It wasn't working at the beginning, but we got it working now. Just a couple little jiggles here, but it works, and that's cool to find. We have a Roshi. We can't use that because of license. But
I got this for a birthday present, and I've started to build it, but it's actually very complicated to understand the instructions on this thing. So it is sitting for now, but I do plan on restarting this and finishing this, gluing it together so it doesn't fall apart because it's pretty tricky. So yeah, that's that part. I got a Yoshi over there too that I also got for my birthday. He dances and sings. But let's go back up to the top. So we've got a power glove up there in a box. I want to say that one is complete with manual and everything. We've got a little, what is that, a power-up game that I think we picked up at a Goodwill that's just a filler up there. A sign that says game over. Just stuff that I felt like we couldn't leave behind. And then right there we have our Grape Nintendo Japanese edition.
And actually, it's not called Grape. It's called the Midnight when it comes to the Japanese edition.
Good catch. Good catch.
So I just want to let you guys know that if you guys are looking for it, you will not find it as a Grape. This is called a Midnight edition, Japanese version, 64 CIB, guys. Awesome find. I really like that one a lot. And also, we have obviously the atomic purple color Nintendo 64. Again, CIB, all the inserts, the foam, everything's in there. Real cool. It is a little bit of a inflated box. I mean, when we're talking about a console that's 20 plus years, it's going to have a little bit of flaws, which is okay. We really do enjoy it and like all that.
I like looking at the cartridges itself. I feel like this is just a beautiful way to display them. My husband got me stickers for them. We've got some bangers in here. I feel like Banjo-Tooie, Banjo-Kazooie, all the things. We've got Conker's Bad Fur Day. We've got some Zelda in there. A mix of things. That one's pretty pricey. I like the sticker view of this. This cartridge itself is just very pretty to me. I do have some in box. Those are fun. Some that are loose, some that are Japan editions, some that are glow in the dark.
And I know you guys are wondering, like, a lot of this stuff is like kind of out of place, guys, but it's out of place because we have to make room. We leave room open for whatever's coming next, whatever we have to put in there. So this is not going to be full on how it's going to look at the end of 2026. That's our goal, is to kind of fill up even more. And the crazy part is that I didn't want to mention, like, on this Nintendo 64, this is not necessarily my end of the collection. This is more her end of the collection. She collects the 64. I collect the GameCube, which we'll get to it soon. But I think hands down, guys, overall, I know a lot of you guys are looking at these things and you wonder, like, Mystical Ninja, I don't know what they're running right now at this moment, but this is probably like a $100 plus game, right? And it's in pretty minted condition, as you can see right here. A little bit of different discoloration. Not a big deal on my end. I enjoy it as long as we get it. And a lot of these things, guys, like, we end up not really even paying full price on these things. This is where you go and you find collections, you grow relationships with people, you trade up. A lot of these things have been in our collection and they have been upgraded. If I find another better copy of that one, you best believe we're going to exchange it out. It's part of the growth, it's part of the changing. And so I think realistically, let's be honest, I think I actually mention this a lot to people, but one thing about our collecting is that everything has to be done local. There's only, I think, a few things in our collection that is not local, and I think those are, how you say it, it's more of the modern stuff. So let's say, for example, like, we'll just go back to the PS5 controllers. there is 3 or 4 of them that I ordered online, just because these are things that you are limited. You have to order online in order to even get them and exactly have them in the collection. Otherwise, people are going to open them and they're going to have them used, and I don't want them used. But overall, when it comes to the retro end of collecting, guys, everything has to be done locally. I don't order anything online. The only things that we order online are like our wires, our batteries, our cables, stuff that we need for reselling. As far as reselling, you know, from consoles, like I said, like buying a collection. If I buy a collection, I already have, or we already have, more than 10 Nintendo 64s down here. So I'm going to sell the extra 64. But if I need wires for it, of course we're going to order wires. And that's where it comes in play, where we order online. But other than that, we strictly stick to our rules that everything that we buy is locally, unless we travel and we're like, you know, let's say, for example, Arkansas. We're in Arkansas, we're in Game Exchange. That is what we consider local at this moment, because we are there. We're not ordering online. So let's keep it moving.
All right, guys, so this is my area. I love looking at all the bright colors of the Nintendo 64. I like the controllers as well. So I've got a few controllers that I felt like I just had to have hanging in display. They just something else to me. Of course, our Virgin Mary is also included as our highlight of our game room. This is an area that I think is very bright and colorful. We've got different variants down here, from the spice to the smoke gray, the watermelon. I mean, you name it, we've got it here. I love this area. I have my Yoshis included, just because, again, a girl of knickknacks, gotta have them there. Super fun. I have the jungle green displayed because that's my favorite one. But that's about it. Let's move on to the GameCube.
Let's talk about the real gaming stuff, guys. None of that old stuff, right? Guys, hands down, best console ever made by Nintendo. And if you disagree, go ahead and hit a comment down there and disagree with me and tell me what's better than that. Because hands down, guys, the best library, the best games ever played, ever made. And just to give you guys a backstory of me going into a GameCube, I actually had a Nintendo 64. I had the Mario Party 1, 2, the 3. I had the Diddy Kong Racing, which hands down, guys, hands down, the best ever racing game ever made. Diddy Kong Racing takes a Mario Kart out of the park. If you disagree, that's fine. My opinion is a fact. Diddy Kong Racing, best one, 64. I don't care what y'all think. We need a remake or we need a brand new one. It should have been done. Anyways, to the GameCube, I ended up trading in my Nintendo 64 to GameStop at one time when I was back in the 2000s, and ended up wanting to go get the Indigo GameCube. And of course, I had to pick up the Super Mario Sunshine game, guys. Hands down, guys. We're in a platformer 3D world going everywhere, which no hate to the the Mario 64 game. Very, very great game, guys. I really do enjoy it. I'm not going to lie to you guys. But Super Mario Sunshine, just being able to use that backpack with the booster pack, you know, the shooter, like, it was just amazing. Out of this world, out of this time. It was really great. You know, just going into what I have, guys. I have the Indigo, the Platinum, and the black one. I'm a huge fan of having CIB, guys. As you can see, I love to have my consoles on display. I love having everything on there. I love having the different variants of them. As you can see right here, guys, on my display side, which, as you can see, she gets all these slots, right? And I get these little slots right here. But I'm okay with that, guys, because with a little bit of room, so much power. The Indigo, my black one, I'll have the Game Boy Player on there. This little awesome tray that I have up here as well, that I have displayed my Platinum with. It's crazy enough, guys. This is a Cube, Cube Stand Plus.
Today, Junior?
Guys, if you don't know, you don't know. Look this up. These are like 90 bucks. Guys, I got it for $5 on Marketplace. It's all about finding stuff, guys. Cool little display. It spins it. Let's not forget about the Orange Spice Japan Edition. Have it there too as well. I don't have an original controller yet, but I will eventually.
That's my son's favorite one too.
Oh yeah, he loves that one. Obviously, I'm a big Donkey Kong fan. You better be careful. Don't take his banana from him because he will get mad. But guys, again, GameCube, hands down, some of the best gaming. I love playing. A game that I don't have in my collection, Rocky, that I'm looking for. Another game that I'm also trying to want to play, but it sucks because my uncle Mike wanted to go play that game before I did, was Luigi's Mansion. He beat it before me, so I've never played the game ever since that because he took that away from me. It's all right, Mike, I forgive you. But yeah, hands down, guys, a lot of good memories on the GameCube. Which is your favorite game of the GameCube, guys? I mean, hands down, I think if I had to choose one, and again, it's crazy, it's going to always be Need for Speed Underground 2, guys. One of the best. I've been telling y'all, we need a remaster. I've been wanting a remaster. I don't care. I'll pay $150 for the remaster. I need that one. And let's keep on moving.
Mom might be right about the orange color GameCube, but I have something a little more dear to my heart, and that's right below it, and that's the Nintendo handhelds. Now, don't get me wrong, there were handhelds before this, but I think this is perfection of Nintendo handhelds. And personally, I had a DSi, actually this one right here. And sad little story, I did not take care of my stuff. I try to now, but I broke the game slot on that one. So whenever you try to stick a game in, it will not stay. I guess it was tired of me, right? But we have really good games, and honestly, if I had these when I was littler, I'd probably play the crap out of it more. Good heavy hitters like New Super Mario Bros. That one's a really fun one. First Mario basketball game. This one's actually really interesting for a DS game. Fun controls. And I always wanted this game. And another memory of mine, my grandma gave me a DS game. And it was in the case of that one, but it was some stupid Disney princess game, and I was so upset. But it was still a cool cover, but I personally love these the most. We have a lot of special ones that we have. Like, we have a Mario one that's really cool. This Pearl one was a really fun hunt to get. I was with my dad, and it was just a father and son day. I wasn't there for this one, but this one's amazing. It looks really minty.
And what's crazy about that one that you just pointed out, that Mario Edition one, these guys had it at the Game Exchange, and they were going to throw away the box, guys. They had the box thrown away, already in the trash, and that's the reason I had ended up asking them, hey, what's up with that box right there? He's like, oh, we just got that traded in yesterday, and was like, yeah, we had the console sitting inside the case. I was like, so why are you throwing away the box, guys? And I was like, yeah, I have to pick it up. And ended up picking it up for a steal, guys. I think we got that one for like $80 or something like that.
Yeah, I do remember picking that one up. It was weird that it was thrown away.
I don't get how people throw away their boxes. I personally love keeping the boxes. It doesn't even have to be in there, just the boxes in general.
But I can't help but notice that I'm looking over there and you guys have a bunch of those little amiibos right there. I like the little statues. I call them mini statues, right? But I'm not a big fan of the amiibos, but I know my son really adores them because of the Wii U, right? And a couple of the 3DS stuff have like little sensor pads, I think, right?
Yeah. And even though I said DS was the perfection, I take that back. I think 2DS and 3DS was really perfection. They had a lot of heavy hitters like Mario Kart, which is this one's really nice in the box. And it's something weird. They would always release 3DS so many different times with different names, like new 3DS or new 3DS XL, but another nice box.
That is a total confusing thing, guys. I don't understand why they say new 3DS, new DS, the new 2DS, stuff like that. But a little strange story to talk about these guys. So we had like a different variant at one time. We had one that was white with like the little blue trim and a white one with a pink trim that I had actually purchased for him and for Jasmine when they were really young. And, you know, times were rough back in the day. We would have to go and trade them or sell them because, you know, we didn't know any better. We weren't collecting at that time. We're talking about 2011, 2012. But it's definitely one of those like cool experience as a dad to be able to provide them and get them into the gaming world and get them into liking that stuff. But it's sad whenever you hear those stories. Like he tells me, you know, you had this one for me, Dad, but you ended up selling it. And, you know, times were rough. Like I said, if it was we were going to eat or were they going to be able to play a game, right? And so now at least they get to go back and be able to have whatever they want to play. And we have it in the collection. Hands down, it's still a great experience that I get to see my son. I get to see them happy whenever they do pick one of these things up, and they can play for hours. And I don't get it. But let's go on a little bit further to the gaming side, and let's talk about this Wii.
Recently, I actually got a Wii for my birthday from Dad, and honestly, one of the best consoles to go back to, and most nostalgia for.
I hate to cut you off, but I remember playing Mario Kart with him and probably taking over because I wanted to either 100% it or grab all the characters that I could get. Do you remember that?
No.
You don't remember that? I love playing Mario Kart on this. This was definitely a very fond memory playing Galaxy and just all the games on here. I remember 100%ing Galaxy, which I think I actually enjoyed it more on the Wii U more than anything. The Wii U is actually another console that we spent a lot of time together, whether it was Super Mario Maker or Nintendo Land, Nintendo World, Nintendo Land.
Mm-hmm.
That was another one that we would sit here for a long time and just play.
And another one that I loved from this console was Super Mario Maker. And I don't know, I might be getting the story wrong because me and my dad always argue over it in a fun way. But I always remembered him taking the Wii, and I would go to his workshop and the mechanics, and I always bring it with me. And I'd always play this one and Super Mario 3D Land or 3D World. I would always play those. So this one and this one.
So let me cut off again. At this point, guys, he still remembers that story, and we're going to argue about it right now. Guys, it was not the Wii U. There was no way that it was the Wii U. It was actually, hands down, the best handheld that Nintendo has ever brought out. And that's going to be the Switch. Guys, going back to not me being a big collector as far as the handhelds, but Switch, they got it right. They got it right, finally. And the OLED, guys, hands down, 2 thumbs up. I love it. I love the big screen. I love being able to have it in your hand, going, putting it in the slot, and watching it on the big screen. Guys, Switch is out of this world. And I want to give props because I'm not a big, Wii U guy. Again, going back to not being at home as much, being a dad, being at work all the time. So, yes, my wife was able to have time with the kids and play with the kids. I actually got to sit there and play a couple games with them, that being the Mario Bros. U, the Luigi Bros. U, the Nintendo Land. I really enjoyed the Nintendo Land. I liked the gaming, how you would have to blow in to make things move, or you would have to tilt things. That was hands down pretty cool of Nintendo. I really like that structure on them. But going back to the Wii U, not the best console ever made from them. And then people will also agree with it. I mean, a lot of these things sold. But I do want to give props to it just because this was the prop to where we got this, the Switch. You know what I mean? And they finally got it right again to that Switch. So back to the story of the argument that we're about to have is that he wants to sit here and say that he was playing the Mario Maker. Yes, it was the Mario Maker, but it wasn't on the Wii U. It was on the Switch because we were able to take that with us and set it up, and he pulled out the Joy-Cons from each side, and we played together right there. And I can recall that I was playing against my coworker basketball, and we played together. So I know that story. I was there. It was on our lunch table, and I'll never forget it. I just want to throw that out there, and he'll still gonna disagree with it, but that's okay. But guys, going to the Switch, guys, obviously we have different variants of Switch. I obviously got the Mario Edition. Had to pick that one up. Was a steal. A couple of little Fortnite earbuds and a controller, CIB, still complete, brand new. And then obviously I have different variants of the Switch Lite, which I really enjoy, guys. I love the Zelda one. Look at that. I know that I'm missing some still, guys. Some Pokemon ones. I'm missing some of the Animal Crossing ones. And that'll get there, eventually. It's just, I kind of stopped collecting a lot of the new era. This is where we officially decided to go into the retro world. This is when we were like, you know what, guys, let's move into the retro world and let's start collecting old school. So this is where Switch kind of froze on us for a little while. We stopped collecting modern stuff and wanted to go and collect the old stuff. Not just because we don't like the modern stuff. I love the modern stuff. But it was more of the fact that what is Nintendo doing right now, guys? They are going and giving these expansion packs. You can now play on the Switch 2 the GameCube games, right? So it's like, yes, I can buy the game digitally, but what was the point of that? Like, I want to have it physically in my hand, look at the cover art, be able to play it, and have the experience with the controller and this and that. So that's where this retro came alive for us. It was, yes, you can play on the Switch the Nintendo 64 games, right? But then you don't get the experience with the controller. You don't get to experience all the extra fun out of it that you would have growing up and having that memory. So retro has really put us in that vibe, and now we're going towards that era.
All right, guys. So here is our PlayStation selection of the Game Room collection.
Kind of my favorite area of the room. I do love the Nintendo wall that's behind y'all right now, but I really enjoy the PlayStation era. Just all the CIB stuff that we have that I love having, the PlayStation, the little memory card, the PS1, the PSP, the PlayStation 2 that's over here we really enjoy, the PlayStation 2 Slim. This is the holiday edition, guys. The PlayStation 3, the big bad one, I guess you could say. The Slim and the PS4. And there's Spider-Man just chilling up there.
Watching over us.
Watching over it.
I know one thing that we are growing a lot of lately is the PlayStation 1. PlayStation 1, I think of Crash. That's my guy. I played Crash a lot on the PlayStation. He was fun for me.
Yeah, a couple of those games, you know, it's something that we didn't have growing up. We obviously don't know a whole lot of the history. We will try to watch other retro people also and get their knowledge from them. And as you can see, guys, this is not like a huge library that we do have in this area. And, you know, going back to the PS1, I personally really like the Gex, or whatever you guys call them. Y'all know y'all argue it. I had to pick this one up because at this point I could not find it in the 3DO. I actually own it now in a 3DO. And I played it on the 3DO, but I did have to have that on the PlayStation. But going to PlayStation, masterpiece. Something that I truly have a big staple in my heart for the GameCube. But PlayStation, guys, take it easy, slow down. It was too late for that, right? Because it's the #1 sold console in the world to this day. And obviously that was the PlayStation 2, guys. Some of the best games ever made. Some of the best titles to this day. You know, I love the PlayStation. I didn't have one growing up. I always had to go over to my next door neighbor's house to go and play. Look at Hope just chilling there, watching over my games. And then his twin brother wearing the blue pants. I had to get different color pants because otherwise I get confused with them. But yeah, guys, some of the best. I love playing the Midnight Club edition on there. I think we have it somewhere.
Right here.
The Midnight Club. The Marvel vs. Capcom, guys. And I overpaid on that one. Well, I say overpaid, but it was our price. I paid $150 for it at a half price books last year. And obviously the new one, the remake came out and it dropped dramatically price. Now it's half off. But it's okay. I have it. I enjoy it. The Need for Speed Underground 2, I have it on here as well. Guys, I have to show you guys this. Look at this. I know it looks a little blurry right there. Probably glares. But this is a close CIB from GameStop. Brand new, sealed.
That we
PS2.
picked up at a yard sale.
How much we pay for it?
I think it was like $5, right?
$5, guys. And that's because they were giving me a Tasmanian Devil plushie that I wanted for her as well. They told me $5, and I ended up was like, no, you told me $1 for that thing. I'm going to pay you the $1 for this thing. So I ended up paying $6, but yes, $5 for the controller and $1 for that Tasmanian Devil, which we also just got this one recently from a bundle. It's the PS2 control for the movies. Pretty cool, fine. I really enjoy that one in the collection. That's awesome, fine. Let's go down to the handheld. Now this is where I really enjoy the handheld a lot. This one was nostalgic to me because my uncle Mike had bought me one of these, guys. He ended up getting me the PSP. A little dusty, guys. As you can tell, I don't play this one. But guys, I had one of these with, it was a custom graphics around. It was the Scarface that I'll never forget. And it's crazy because I would have never thought that going back to it to now to this day that I ended up meeting my girlfriend in that time frame. Now my wife, Miss Lily over here, and Miss Ogilvy's class back in high school, and some guy stole my PSP from the classroom in there because I had it charging, and he took it and he stole it, and I know exactly who it was. But hey, I'm thankful because you know what? My mom always said that God's going to multiply it for you, and look how it is, multiplication of stuff. It's cool. I know this is kind of random here. We have a bunch of the little cars that we picked up just recently at a yard sale too, but I like Lightning McQueen. I thought it was pretty cool to have him there. Why not, right? You know what I mean? Like he's multiple. He's on all the consoles, so why not? Which I do have the Cars game right here, matter of fact, so that's why we wanted it here. Just had to show that off real quick.
You know me and my knickknacks.
But yeah, hands down, guys, some of the coolest PlayStation, hands down. And this is where it evolves, guys. This is where we go into that PlayStation 3 era. Let's just go ahead and go that way. Hold on, just casually passing by the kiosks that I have here, that PlayStation 4 kiosk. Just have to, have the Spider-Man display going in there. Just chilling. A bunch of our little shelves that we have there under construction. So whenever we have to do another shelf for more games that we add, we do have casually just a PS3 Guitar Hero guitar in there. Actually, it might be a Rock Band, but yeah, going over to the knickknacks, right? I love the Fortnite games. Me and my family play it, so we had to pick up this Fortnite bus. We ended up getting this Hulk. I love Hulk, as you guys can see. I love that's the Hulk hand. Watch out, because I will punch you. And then we got, is that Edmund? I always forget his name. Edmund Smith. Just kidding, guys. And obviously a little bit of the Legos Dimensions, just a little figurine that we have in there. And obviously right now, yes, it's a lot of open room, but it's because we're growing, guys. We're going to an expansion of this, so we have to leave it open and just have it all spaced out until this collection obviously grow. And the crazy part is, guys, a lot of this stuff right here is stuff that it just barely started expanding for us. This is stuff that we didn't have a couple months ago. Like the PlayStation has grown tremendously in the past month or month and a half, so that's why there is a bunch of room there. That's why there's a lot of space, because we're trying to make it grow. And obviously you saw my Hulk statue. This would be like officially the first statue that I ever purchased. I got that one out in Oklahoma. We went out to Turner Falls, and he was just awesome, half price, so I had to pick him up. I think I paid like $15-20 for him. And obviously he's protecting all my PlayStation stuff, just like his brothers over here on the other side. Bunch of cool games there.
PlayStation 4 down below isn't too big, just because this again goes back to like how we spoke about. It's retro, but it's nothing that we're really trying to grow.
We try to collect more of the retro and the modern era stuff. We know we can pick up anytime that we want. So all of these things is more like, if we come across it on a heck of a deal or it comes in a bundle, then we'll pick it up and take it with us.
Same thing with PS5.
PS5, yeah, we can get our hands on it all the time. And again, we're just leaving spots open, leaving space open for whatever comes up in the future.
All right, so this is a mix of Sega. This is a mix of Dreamcast, the 3DO. This is kind of a small area that we just haven't really collected too much of, but still really cool highlights. We have the Sega base system up here.
The master of them all. One ring to rule them all.
We have the Genesis in box with the Sonic the Hedgehog variant.
Sega 2 with Columns Edition, CIB.
We have the Sega Saturn Virtual Fighter. This is actually missing the game only. Everything else is there. We always find the Virtual Fighter 2.
Yeah.
But we can't ever seem to find that first one. But that's all that's missing out of that one for it to be CIB.
Yeah. And then, hands down, one of the coolest finds that I ended up picking up at Retro Fest down in Arkansas. Shout out to Retro Rick.
Hey guys, what?
Was this. I got it from the Retro coaches. There were a vendor there this year, and I say this year, but it was last year because this year is 2026. But 2025 from this past year, yeah, they were there as vendors. I ended up picking that thing, and that thing is packages and everything. And we also have I don't even want to talk about it because it's upsetting, and I know you guys know it's the Game Gear. The Game Gear always never works. So I had 2 of them in there, a couple games. But yep, it's up there. But bringing it back down over here towards the Sega area, and this is where it splits. This is Sega from PlayStation and Xbox. As you can see, the controllers there. That's where it's splitting us up. But this is where we'll play our PlayStation, our Sega, our ColecoVision, our 3DO, the Xbox. Whenever we're wanting to, retro game on this era, this is the TV perfect for it because it does have the HDMI, it does have the components, it has the AV. And it also has even the computer edition. So if you needed to plug in a computer, we're able to do it. We really didn't have the idea of going towards this collection, but recently it's been really hot for us. Like, we really do find a lot of the stuff. Like, going into this, as you can see, we have 2 different ColecoVisions down here. It just happens to be that this one, the guy that sold it to me, which was a crazy deal, guys, because it was a situation where this guy sold me a bunch of consoles that were not working. And I thought it was a heck of a deal. But guys, when you find out that it's too good to be true, it probably is. So yeah, but long story short, God blessed us at one point because we ended up finding a wire that it worked for it, and they both work, guys. So now we're talking about a $200 and some console. We have the expansion module down there. A couple of the cool ColecoVision games are here as well. You can't forget the one and only Donkey Kong.
We have a Donkey Kong Jr. there too, I think.
Oh yeah, right here. And we have another Donkey Kong and another Donkey Kong Jr. over there just chilling casually. But those are cool because this is where we first get to see Mario, guys. It was when that Donkey Kong game. And this is where it comes to be. You see Pac-Man just chilling here with his game, protecting it. I love the Pac-Man. Pac-Man's pretty cool. My son actually really likes Pac-Man as well. I think he likes Pac-Man because he eats like Pac-Man, but that's a whole different story. Now, let me lay down right here, guys. Can you see me right here? I'm staying down right here chilling. My Gold Star, this is the very first Gold Star that I had ever seen. I didn't even know they made this variant. I was always familiar with the 3DO being the Panasonic one. But I was able to buy this one and get it added to my collection. It was pretty awesome. I got a couple of bangers right here, as you can see. Battle Sports, the Gex. I can't really see a bunch of these, but a bunch of 3DO games. These are just picked up from the end of last year. Cool pickup. Love those. And then it kind of just over here chilling. Jex, the one that I really, really wanted for the collection, I finally got. And then the crazy part is this one I picked it up here locally at a FX game. So this is not like complete in this box. But then obviously, as you can see, we ended up getting that one over there. A couple of bangers right here just chilling, hiding as well. Oh,
Rumble.
Oh yeah, look at that rock right there.
Sega Dreamcast.
Sega Dreamcast. The Sonic Adventures. I know this one's not really that much. But what about Samba the Amigo? The Mango. Couple. Oh, guys, don't even look at this, okay?
That's GameCast.
Yeah, y'all know nothing about that. Third Strike, Street Fighter, and one of the coolest things that I ever picked up in a deal, guys, Marvel vs. Capcom. Which, guys, if you guys don't know, and now you should know, I love the fighting games. I love the Marvel vs. Capcom. I love Street Fighters a lot, guys. I mean, hands down. That's the reason I really like the Sega Dreamcast. Is, well, besides the Sonic Adventure games, I really like that game too. But I love me some beat 'em up Marvel vs. Capcom, guys. 1, 2, Street Fighters, X-Men. It don't matter. You want to fight? Let's do it. So let's head on back up.
All right, so the Sega is something dear to me. This was something that we had in my household. But let's start off with the base Master System, because this was something that's not very big now, and I am kind of upset with hubby because he had an opportunity to pick a huge lot up and we just didn't, because I feel like he wasn't huge with the Sega system himself and it fell through. There was maybe 50, 60 games that we could have picked up from that particular era of Sega. But it is what it is. We'll move on. I can move forward. Doesn't matter. We do have, now this being grown, there's a few games in here that are pretty cool that stand out, like the Sonic. I feel like Sonic is definitely the Sega icon. to me anyway. We have Barney in there. We have a few toys that are the McDonald's Happy Meal toys that are sealed. Those are awesome. We have some down here that are boxed. Obviously, we had some loose ones on top. We have some Lion King, Burger King toys. My husband loves Lion King. That was near and dear to him, as me as well. But super cool to have this small little collection. Hopefully, we can continue to grow this area. We'll see how this year takes us.
So speaking on Barney, guys, let's take you over to the Barney collection.
This area right here is something else for my heart. It warms me. I just wanted to show you a few things I feel like that are really, really cool that we have. The sing-along in outer space. It's a cassette, like it's sealed, super cool. I also wanted to note that we have the smallest, world's smallest Barney. Teeny tiny, super cute. Barney is something that I grew up with. He was on the TV. I would run up to the TV, kiss the TV because he was on there. Barney is great. I introduced it to my kids because he taught you manners. He taught you the ABCs. He taught you to have friends.
And don't forget, he loves you.
And remember, he loves you. So, these are something that we've collected over the years. Super cool to have a bunch of them. I hope to have more Baby Bop, more BJ, just because
those are the rare ones.
Those are the rare ones.
Yeah, guys, speaking on BJ, it's really nice to find stuff like him because he is, I think, hands down the most harder one to find. Yeah, the harder one to find. That being said, just like Baby Bops, if you can see, like, look at these eyes. Most of the Baby Bops, when you find them, the eyes are beat up. You can see hers over here, down here. This one's a little bit beat up as well.
But this one looks beautiful over here.
But we do have a couple of them in the collection that are in great condition. You can't beat that. But I think hands down, like going into the Barney collection, this probably is like where we really started collecting. Me and her were collecting the Barneys, and then we ended up collecting a bit of a SpongeBob. I got tired of the SpongeBob, but Barney was definitely one of those like we could not let go. We really enjoy, we really like, and we both agreed on it because we're something we grew up on. Crazy part is that I know you're catching this one right now. This one's a bootleg Barney, guys. But it's really, really unique because this is the original color of Barney. It's like a pinkish purple color. But it's a bootleg, but it was still awesome. I think it's from 1989, 90.
88, I think.
In the collection, we had to keep him. He's awesome.
I've got some Barney books that have made the collection that were easy to pick up. Whenever you see Barney, I feel like everyone knows to pick up Barney. He is awesome.
By the way, thank you, Vanessa.
So some cool things that we do have. We had like a little checkout. Super cool. It works. I've taken batteries out so that nothing gets corroded. We have a Barney laptop here.
Dang, that's
There's some stuff that you would be able to switch in and out, and he would talk to you. Super cool. We have some VHS. Back to Genesis. We've got 2 copies of Barney for Genesis because one is for the Barney collection and one is for the Genesis collection. We also have some Barney VHS that we have here that is not part of the VHS collection. It's part of the Barney collection. BJ, again, being super rare. He's got some hard shoes here. I don't know if you can hear that. He's got on his feet. Super cute. He's one of my favorites.
But let's go back to the retro gaming, guys. We're almost done with this wall, and then we'll finish it up. So let's go to the main attraction, to what really got me and my wife wanting to collect. I know the Nintendo 64 really is where we started it off. We'll show an image of the one that started it off. It was the Ice Blue.
Ice Blue.
We got that at a Goodwill. And that was one of those that we didn't want to get rid of our collection. That was the only console we got a great deal on and we wanted to keep. But hands down, it's definitely the Xbox 360 era. My wife will vouch and tell you about the Xbox and how much we really adore and really like it.
So in high school, as boyfriend and girlfriend, we went to the mall. We went to Town East Mall, and I actually purchased for him an Xbox 360 and brought it home. It actually ended up having the death ring, which sucks. So, you know, I think it did play for a few games, maybe a few hours, maybe even a few days. I don't recall that part, but we did have that one. We were able to return it because there was like a warranty that we were able to get on it. That was
our first console together, guys.
Yes.
We sat there and played for hours right after school. We were going and playing this game, the 360. We were playing the co-op games. We were playing the Marvels, the Legos, anything that had to do with us working together. We really enjoyed. We spent time together, bonded together.
You know, make out read.
2010, 2011, this was our gaming system. The 360 lasted us a good while until eventually, I think months into it, it finally gave out on us, guys. And this is where we are now starting a family. We are starting a bond together where gaming wasn't really part of our life so dramatically. We enjoyed it. We really loved it. Again, we didn't have the original Xbox.
No, this wasn't anything that I grew up with either.
Exactly.
This wasn't like in our household. This wasn't anything that I played at a friend's house or anything like that. This, I remember hearing about it and seeing it, but it wasn't anything that I was ever physical with.
Right. So now we do have it to where we do have one. We do have a couple games on it. Something that I know that I want to sit down and play. We have, obviously at this point, we've collected them CIB. We have from the original to the arcade 360 version. Look at Halo. That's Master Chief just chilling there. Obviously, the 360 Slim, we finally figured it out, guys, at this point. The Death Ring is not so much common anymore. We got the Xbox One, the OG style, which that's a limited edition when Halo 1. Love it. Then we all went with the Xbox Slim. Minecraft edition. Obviously, you guys see that we love the CIBs. We like collecting the boxes. We go from different variants on the Slims, the Gears of War, which I really do enjoy the Gears of War games. The Xbox 360 Halo edition that we have up here. And then obviously you could tell that we love the little knickknacks, the controllers. We got a few of the Xbox One games. Not a big library on them, but that's okay.
Yeah, maybe 60 games are there.
Yeah, something small. A bunch of really games that are more modern. I really enjoy the NFL games and I really enjoy the basketball games. I'm a huge sports fanatic. As you can see, guys, I got a couple of bobbleheads, a couple of the Dallas stuff. This is area that's just filled in at the moment just because it's stuff that we have locally. We are, you know, sports fans. We do love the Mavericks. We do love the Cowboys. So this is just temporarily until these expand at one point. We also got chilling right here just casually. If you don't know, now you will know. This is actually a Fortnite edition Xbox. This is limited. It only came for that colorway. It's a 1 terabyte. Actually, this guy was going to put it in a pawn shop and ended up getting a heck of a deal. Eddie Guerrero is right here posted up. But don't even get started on it because I'll cry. I do love Eddie Guerrero. Viva la Raza, don't forget that. The Rock and John Cena, which we already know with his fruity pebble, blank, 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 blank. That's what The Rock would say. I'm not going to use those words. You got to keep it appropriate.
You jabroni.
You jabroni.
You can't see me when you're playing peekaboo. You can't see me.
The 360 bag just chilling down here. Again, guys, a couple of just random stuff. This is actually my son's box right here. The one that I bought him for his birthday a couple years ago. The most expensive console that we actually owned in the whole collection. It's like a $750 console right there, which I have the controller in there. I will not let him take it because I don't want it to break. It's real hard to get a console, guys. Come across, guys. But hands down, guys, just speaking of the 360 again, one more time. I know I'm reminiscing, but it's real important to me to speak on it because it does bring a huge memory to me. It does bring a lot of nostalgia to me. And this is what me and my wife played together, enjoyed together, had a great time, you know, being together. And let's go ahead and just finish it off. Let's go to the last wall, kind of the knickknacks, and we'll take you that way. So going into the last wall, guys, the knickknacks, the new collection that we have restarted this year. anything that you think we should highlight to let them know?
I think we can start off, honestly, right here with the Donkey Kong 64 official Nintendo Player's Guide. That was a great first pickup of the Nintendo Power Player's Guide that we got. Donkey Kong is my husband's favorite.
Definitely.
He's a fanatic with him, and Bowser as well. But there's a few things that I feel like we do need to talk about. Big Bad Bowser, we did just pick him up recently at Trader's Village. He was super cool to find. We were wanting him. I was going to get him for Christmas for him. It ended up being, we found him at Trader's Village. Here he is. He's a part of our collection.
Yes, the crazy thing is, guys, is there's so much just to talk about. But just all the cool stuff from Link's sword, the shield. These guys are freaking from 2012 when my son used to play with them. As you can see, these things are beat up. These were his childhood toys that we've had for over years. This big old Wario that I just recently got last year at the end of the year. It's from an actual developed software engineer from Xbox and Nintendo. This guy had the hookup. This came from his collection. He gave me a heck of a deal. You know, the new Nintendo chapter books, adventure books that we have in here. So awesome. Just cool things. Oh, by the way, let me show you this Luigi guy that we got. I'm sorry, I was looking at this Yoshi over here with his crazy eyes.
My son made this for me, actually. He made these out of Legos, and I've just had it with me.
But anyways, so let's go and just show you how this guy is. He is a bootleg, but he's still cool. And I think he's awesome. Look how quick he goes, guys. He gone. But yeah, guys, just going back to it, a bunch of cool little things that we have in here. The Yoshis. My wife loves the Yoshis. The Princess Peach, we just picked her up recently. The Mario, the Luigi. Look, guys, look at this crazy camcorder.
Cool.
I remember having one of these when I was little. Just a bunch of little knickknacks here and there, everywhere, guys.
My Yoshis are everywhere.
It's gone so crazy. The Yoshi plushies that we have over here. These are actually mine, by the way. I bought those for me because they were unique. I love having the different colorways. And as you can see, guys, these McDonald's 1989, 1990 toys from the Mario 3 edition. They were from McDonald's exclusive. But just even looking at these guys, brand new sealed. And you think to yourself, like, as a kid, can you imagine grabbing these, being the hottest new toy and not opening them? It's crazy to me. I just couldn't imagine. I knew I had a bunch of... My mom would buy me a lot of stuff from Burger King. And I would open every single little thing that she got me. So I couldn't imagine not opening it. And then we just recently picked up this guy as well.
Bing, 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 bing.
I called him the Kumbaya Yoshi with a guitar. I thought he was awesome. He might be a bootleg. I don't know. But he's still cool. I loved it. But we had to get him. We got him and him during that pickup. Just awesome stuff. I mean, so much to see. Go ahead and comment. Talk about it on the comments. Ask us if we want to see more detail. Like this Blockbuster thing that we picked up at Goodwill. Guys, it has that. Don't forget to rewind. Look at that. The end of the late fees. Obviously, they didn't have please rewind on here because it was a DVD. But it was just cool. I had to have that for the collection just to add it on here. Just overall, guys, bunch of cool items. You know, anything that you could think of from our little area down here where we have
food
that was Nintendo product stuff. Pins, the Oreos, the mac and cheese, Kit Kat.
The gummies for the Lunchables.
Which was crazy is that we actually had the Super Mario cereal from I guess it was the Odyssey or something like that, but my son ate it. he couldn't help himself. But just overall, guys, and just talking about these movies, this is a whole different selection for us, for me and my wife. It's crazy because we ended up walking into a movie trading.
Yes.
And we talked about it for a long time. We want to start a VHS collection. When should we start it? When do we know we're going to start it? And we always talked about it. My wife always talked about it. And besides, she is the most awesome woman in the world.
Thank you.
But she said, whenever we find the right movie, we will know. And she found it. Which was...
right here.
Ooh. The Small Soldiers, guys. It's crazy because it's just a weird movie, but it's an awesome movie. I love it. We both loved it. And honestly, guys, I used to be kind of freaked out by the guys in the movie, like the little soldiers. But it was so super cool. This is what started the collection. We wanted it. We had a couple of Barney movies. That was a whole different...
Before we even realized we wanted VHS. Barney
Exactly.
was just the Barney collection in general, which is why Barney's got his own selection over there with his VHS. We do have some mixed in here, but, you know, we're continuing to grow it. This was a great pickup to have found and realize, you know what, let's start this new journey.
Definitely.
It was great.
It was great. It was great.
I feel like a few more highlights that I feel like I know that I want to talk about. Like this shirt. We went to Retrofest this last year.
What has possessed y'all to do this? Let's find retro?
Find retro.
Is that like your, what is that? Is that like your...
So, long story short.
This was something that was really cool for us to experience as a family. We saw Retro Rick, we saw Riff, we saw Curtis, we saw Sam from Rad Junk. Super, super cool to be able to experience that. We hope to continue to make that maybe a tradition and to go this year. That Mario was also whenever we picked up the Wario. Super cool to pick up.
Yeah, definitely, guys. And you can see there we had that from the GameStop, which, you know, a lot of the GameStops are now starting to vanish. So it's awesome that we have a GameStop poster there. Look at those McDonald's Super Mario 3 Happy Meal boxes. Again, in great condition, guys. It looks like either these people were working there or they had some kind of family member or just kids that didn't play with their toys, I guess, at this point. But definitely so cool. And then definitely so cool about the VHSs that we're now collecting. So yeah, guys, there's a bunch of movies that we do have, but I know that we don't have a lot of space there. So this is what we ended up doing. To store all the extra stuff that we have, we put it underneath this futon couch that we use. And we're able to store it all the way in these cubbies that we purchased back at Goodwill. But that being said, bunch of cool bangers in there.
Very convenient.
And very convenient. But this is what I like about our decision of going with these futons, that we have now a place to relax.
And chill and watch movies and enjoy new moments and new memories with the Retro Room. So thank y'all for sticking this far. Thank you for allowing us to do this tour. We've been long overdue. Y'all have asked for it. Here it is. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope y'all found something in our collection that made you feel warm in your heart or maybe a tear in your eye.
Yeah.
Something that just brought you joy. That's what we are here for.
The nostalgia, guys. The memories, the cool things that you see. I know a bunch of things we kind of glanced through it, didn't speak on everything, on every single one of the items.
Yeah.
But it's always the memories that you make, something that you're going to bring apart, something that you use that might remind you of something. And that's the beauty of it, the nostalgia again.
Definitely.
So hopefully you found something in our game room that made you happy, made you smile. Just how every time somebody that walks in through that door and walks in here and just stares at everything and there's so much to look at.
Yeah.
And I hope that you feel that same way too. You have any concerns, you have any questions, you want to know about a certain item in the room, don't hesitate. Leave a comment down below. Ask us about it.
We'll definitely try to show that and bring that more into a conversation for you or pull it out and give more detail of where we got it, how we got it, whatever you need. We'll make it happen.
Definitely. And this is the beginning of the year, guys. This is 2026. Just wait till 2026 at the end of December. We'll have a part 2 of the game room, and you'll see how much all this changes because we always constantly moving the room
Adding
around.
and switching and moving stuff. It'll be great.
Yes. We enjoy your company, and I hope you enjoy ours. Please like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friends, and, you know, listen to our videos, or at least watch the videos. We appreciate whatever you guys do for us. Remember, we started on TikTok. Now we're transitioning to YouTube. I hope you enjoy our content, and please don't hesitate to follow and love our stuff as well. And don't forget, let's find retro. To you it's trash, to us it's treasure. So let's go and let's find retro. To you, it's trash. To us, it's treasure. So let's go and let's find retro. Let's find retro with Ivan and Lily.